Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy. It's my pleasure. It's my honor as usual to be out here connected with nature and bringing this message of emancipation to you, whereby I'm pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. And that is why I want to speak to you today concerning the story of Samson and Delilah and explain to you how you should understand the story in the Bible psychologically. Now, as you know, my foundational teaching is that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. For the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. And the Bible have no reference to anyone who existed thousands of years ago or to any actual event that would have taken place on earth thousands of years ago. From the beginning to the ending of the Bible, it's all a great psychological drama, and it all have to do with your psyche. Therefore, you must always look inwardly. Now, the story of Samson and Delilah is speaking of you and your inner power. And you have 7 chakras, and it is when you live within the vibrational frequency of these 7 chakras that you would be connected to eternity, or you will be connected to the source or the power to achieve your every desire. And this is what gives you strength. This is what gives you power. And you have a Nazarite vow, and that Nazarite vow is that you must be connected to nature. You must be always in alignment. You must live by the word of your higher self, or the truth of your higher self. So the laws that governs the universe and the laws that governs humanity, as long as you live under those laws, you live in power, you live in strength, and you would be able to conquer all of your enemy. Now, when you look a little bit more deeply, you will realize that everything that you've been taught about Christianity and about the Bible is that all of these stories, they were plagiarized from Kemet. And so, because they take these stories from Kemet, you have to come to realize now that it is all speaking about you being in power and being in dominion, living in your higher self, walking in the laws of the universe, being in oneness with your God self. But here we see the coming of the Europeans as a woman, Jezebel. Oh, sorry, not Jezebel, sorry. Delilah, I mean. Okay, so Delilah is that European system that came to find out what is the source of your strength. And so our people would have told the Europeans the source of their strength, the source of their intelligence, not knowing it was a plot to destroy them and to remove them from their system of yoga, because yoga actually means unity or oneness. So this unity that we had, where we were all connected with nature, and we know that the source of light was the sun. And so we see Delilah wanted to know the source of our strength, as I would have said before. And Delilah start to act as if they're in love with you, and that as if she's at peace with you. And I'm speaking about the Europeans. But as I would have said before, wants to destroy you to get the source of your strength. So when you speak about Samson losing the 7 locks, it is speaking of the 7 chakras, or the understanding of the 7 chakras, and understanding the kingdom that is within. And so when we give our science away, they were able to use that same science that would have taught them against us. And so when it says that Samson was blind and Samson couldn't see, and they use Samson for entertainment, just look around and you see that they've been using our people for how many years? Just for entertainment. And many of them, they exploit them using their gifts and their talents. And all of these gifts and talents, most of the time, that they get well paid for is some form of entertainment. It can be sports, it can be stand-up comedy, it can be movie or something of that sort. And they always have the men clothed in a dress, like a woman, belittling them and dehumanizing them. So when when you read of the story of Samson, you see how they dehumanize Samson because he lost his power. I'm saying, my brother and my sisters, that's a story of you who would have lost your power because you been taught to believe in a God outside of yourself. You've been taught to believe in the white man lies, and you worship their idol and end up in idolatry, believing in the Jesus and Mary story where they interpret it to you as literal and as secular history. But it tells you there comes a time when Samson locks begins to grow back. And I'm saying this is the time of the awakening. And in this time of the awakening, where that strength is coming back, is where people start to wake up and realize that they were lied to. Is where people start to wake up and realize that Christianity is actually the enemy. That the Jesus and Mary story is what is keeping our people in mediocrity, keeping our people in poverty, and keeping our people from loving themselves, believing in themselves, and looking inwardly. So my brother, my sisters, I'm saying to you, be that Samson who would have resurrected from that form of mental slavery and was willing to stand before the 2 posts and willing to die. I'm saying to you, my brother, my sister, you must be willing to die to yourself. You must be willing to die to all of the teachings of secular Christianity that was used to destroy you and to keep you in mental slavery. And for once, destroy this belief system and learn to believe in yourself. And that is how you'll be able to save your people and to bring back glory to the God that is within you. So my brother, my sisters, in short, I'm saying to you that this whole story of Samson and Delilah is your story. But you have to understand, first of all, that the Bible was stolen from Kemet. So, with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much. And I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me and what I'm saying, it makes sense to you and it's helping you in any way, I would like to say, if you haven't subscribed already, to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.